Hello everyone and welcome to Streaming with Steven. We are once again, surprise, on the Citadel playing Minecraft.
It's Tuesday!
It's Tuesday already? Oh my goodness, you gave me no time, but that's okay because you know what? It is Tuesday, so special day for a special person. Okay, timer is getting ready. Just swipe of the finger and the push of the button. And we get right to it. Early Tuesday. Well, it's Tuesday all day, so maybe I should just start this way. Stegosaurus. Oh my goodness, subscribe with Prime for 4 months. That's amazing. Thanks, Stegosaurus. Much appreciated. Merci beaucoup. Mucho gracias. And other languages that I do not speak. So with 2 minutes on the timer. Thank you. Fulmer for you. Fulmer is hard to say like this. Fulmer for using 2,000 points on Tuesday's Child. And thank you, Stegosaurus, for your generosity. Much appreciated. So, today is going to be a little bit interesting because, hello, Turtle, good to see you. Yes, first of all, thank you everybody for joining me today. We've thanked you all in the chat already, I believe. I don't know if I missed anyone, but thank you all for being here. Very grateful. So, I have a tea today, so we're good on that front. I stopped the look away thing, so I'm good on that front. But Joel is also streaming, so, and I believe on the Citadel. Oh, and so is Alistair. Oh, great. And we have people on here who might make me trying to get to bed on time very difficult. So we shall see whether that will be a problem, because I like to get my sleepy sleep and my eye winky winks to bed. But I don't know. We'll have to see. So, I have a problem in that, no, I know, not just one. But the problem of which I speak is I was not originally planning on doing the Twitch today, so I did not come in with a plan. So it's going to be a bit of a mishmash of odd jobs today. So I'm going to probably, because this part of, whoa, we are way too zoomed out. There we are. So we still have this bare spot right here on the great super duper extra expansive oak tree. Probably put a branch in there so we can cover that bald spot up, because I know from experience having a little bald spot, it's not ideal. Not mine is terrible, but you know. We can cover it up. If we can cover it up, we will. And so I'm going to do that. Odd Job Tuesday, yes. But then I think I'm going to go on an adventure because I think, oh, that is the timer. Fulmer, thank you very much for using your 2,000 viewpoints on Tuesday's Child. Perfectly timed for this Tuesday. Alright. So, I believe I mentioned it on stream before, but Joel actually updated a lot of the chunks that people don't visit very often to 1.17, and he sent us a screenshot of what was up or what was kept, and it did not include this teeny tiny island out here. So I may actually go visit this to see if it's been updated or not, because if it's not, then I might do a bit of 1.17 mining out there to see if I can find any copper. Hey, Court. Nice. Much appreciate the bits. Cheers, odd. Why do we say odd? Because 67 is odd? I appreciate that, 67. That is excellent. You folks are all awesome. I appreciate the generosity, Alcorn. Much appreciated. So we're going to get that bald spot fixed up there, and then I'm going to venture out. And that island way out here is actually where my the portal near my, what you call it? The the warped giant in the Nether is. So I'm going to adventure out there afterwards. So anyone who's not seen my, I keep wanting to call it crimson giant, but my warped giant mushroom tree thing, we'll get a look at that before we adventure out. So. Alright, so let's go to the spot where... Oh my goodness, and Fulmer's gifted a tier 1 sub to Rurt Tendals. Thank you so much, Fulmer's. And welcome to the crew, Rurt. Because now you get to use the shark hype emote. There is the... Oh my goodness, which ones are there? Not Boar Love and not Eye Roll. Those are bits. I can't even remember. Oh yeah, there's Stare Love, and there's also one more I cannot remember. That's awful. What is the other one? awful that I can't remember my own emotes. Oh, yard sale, right. If there be a yard sale. That's awful that I couldn't remember. Thank you, Firepith, for making up for my lack of brain power today. As we ascend to the heavens, or at least up this tree, I shall sip my tea. Okay, so we are... Oh wait, we've got the leaf, the better leaf mod added again, so we are going to be leafier than normal. Oh, I need to remove this coarse fruit from my food slot. That would have been funny. So are we in the bald spot? We are... Wait, is this the bald spot? How is this the bald spot? Oh, I guess this is right where the tree splits. Ah, that makes sense as to why there is a bald spot here. So what kind of thing should we do here? I guess we need to sort of figure out where we want this to branch off from. Since we've got the east side and the west side, I guess it's coming off the west side right about here. This seems like as good a place to any to put it, since it's almost right above the sun. So we'll start here, and we will go up and slightly that way with it. I think that would probably be the best. What did I say? I'm sorry, Fulmer, you were the one. I thought Firepith was the one who put all three of them down, so thank you, Fulmers, for demoing the three emotes that Root Tenolds? No, what is it? Yeah, Root Tenolds now has access to. I was gonna say Root Reynolds, I'm like, or Root Benolds, but I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Let's do some upside down stairs theirs. Then we will go up here. We'll have that lean in a little bit like that. We will go like this. I usually sort of just log it in first, all the logs, and then decorate it, but I figure I might as well just decorate it as we go along if we know how it's going to go. If we can, that is. It's not always going to be easy, I realize. We'll do that. And is this kind of in the middle? Should probably go over a tiny... We'll go up and over. Up two more. So we'll then... So let's do this. And then we will put another stair there. Another stair here. Oh, that's wrong. Incorrect. There. I think this is probably... Actually, now that I'm here, that's too tall. I think we'll be good. There's definitely needs a bit more coverage. I guess the question is, do I have any more? Good. Just realizing suddenly I may have only had that stack of 5 on me, which is not what I wanted. Alright. Fulmers. You're on a zombie clearing duty today. Found 100 plus zombies with chicken eggs? Nice. That is where... Oh, what server do you play on? It's a nice thing to have server buddies in the situations like that. I've had Alistair, Cosmic, and Anna the dev all rescue me Pixel Risk Patreon. Nice! That's awesome. I am low on leafy goodness. I will have to go down. Do I have my Elytra on me? I do. What's the best way to go down? That's hilarious. A big old chunk of oak. Whoa! That's enough. That is more than enough. You did find a lot of 50 chickens. Nice. Hey, Elderbar, welcome on in. Good to see you. I have not done a lot of mine adventuring. That's something I would like to do. I want to do more adventuring on the Citadel because it's been a lot of building. So, yeah. How are you this evening, Elderbar? You have a volleyball game later? Oops, that's where I wanted to be. Is that what I was working on? That is what I was working on. That's handy. Because that means I can actually get some stuff. Tiny bit under the weather, but otherwise good. Oh, sorry to hear you're under the weather. That is never any fun. So, for the record, I am not trying to go to bed right now, so if somebody beats me to it, that is okay. Does not necessarily count as... Oops. Whoa. That was a near yard sale. Woo! That nice, annoying zombies with chicken eggs. Does not despawn or... Oh, yeah. That's a huge drag. No volleyball today. Ah. No volleyball because you're feeling under the weather, or just there happens to not be any today? Alright. Let's get back to where we were. Oh, I thought it was... Oh, I thought it was Tuesdays. I mean, not hugely important. I'm just getting my days mixed up. Put that there so I don't fall off again. Skipped last night because I was feeling under... Ah, I gotcha. We got some decent bushiness happening here. Awesome. Cool. That's good. How's that looking on the bald spot there? Whoa, a little too far away. Way too far away. Am I not even in the bald spot? Gosh darn it. I guess I need to add some more going back that way. Hey Crazy Chef, welcome on in. Good to see you. I appreciate you all being here. Especially since I wasn't originally planning on streaming, and then last minute said, oh, by the way, I am. I appreciate it very much. Alright, there we go. Maybe it's a matter of, oops, adding a bit more. Maybe we'll add another little branch right here. It's gonna be covered in bushes, so I don't need to be too sophisticated with the thinning it out as we go up. Does that fix? That fixes what I was looking at. Cool. Nice. I think that is all I wanted to do over here for now. We're going to go through eventually and do a I'm not sure if Firepith is still up for it, but I might have him come on, and it's going to be a matter of joining all of the sort of adding more foliage and connecting all of the clumps together so that it looks more like a big cohesive tree. Or I might take some time away from it and come back and go, dang, it looks fine just as is. So we shall see. So Cosmic, the bulk of the leafing in of your tree is, I should say yeah, at least the first round of leafing in your tree is done. And we'll be back afterwards. Oh, I thought I was going to land on it. Curses. As long as you don't land on the fox, we're good. That's looking pretty great. Thanks, Cosmic. So like I said, a couple little bare spots. I might kind of fill those in at another point. Actually, let's do it right now. Let me see. Branch there. We can come out there. And I think that's pretty decent for... Actually, I don't want to overdo it now. I'm going to leave it for now, and then I will come back. And if I look at it another time and go, yeah, that's too bare there and there, then we'll fill it in. But I would like to add more. My brain, like I said, I didn't have a plan for today, so my brain wasn't quite sure what to do. So when I thought of the adventuring portion of it, right in the water, got me pretty excited about that. So I'm keen to see if I can get some 117 blocks without actually having to travel a ridiculous distance from any of my properties. So I'm hoping that that little island was re-rendered. Let's put you back, and then the wood goes inside. Shears, you can stay here. Now where do we put... Oh, okay, let's put you back there, you back there. Should put the rest of the wood inside. And the lanterns inside as well. Okay. One moment, please. Once we clear this out, then we'll head back to head on the adventure. Oops, wrong one. That's the oak side of things. And that's the spruce stuff. I don't think I need any sticks. I'll put the lanterns in here as well. I guess I'll put these things back from whence they came. 2 beds, interesting. Should probably bring one of those with me in case that world was completely re-rendered, because then I will need some. What is that? Diamond pickaxe? So I will not need tally. Okay, so we're going to actually make a stop back at the whatchamacallit, the stair monument. Actually, we could just fly there, that would be quicker. I was going to go through the portal, but why do that when we don't have to? We can just fly. Whoosh. So I wonder where Joel and Alistair are in this, because they have not gone to bed yet. I'm not disappointed because it's made it possible for me to get it, but the fact that they haven't tried to go to bed is a little bit interesting. So I know Cosmic and Alistair went like crazy outer world. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Don't like that. The delay in rendering does not make me feel safe. Did Joel beat me to bed last time? I'll have to check. I thought I got there. One moment, please. Yeah, this is really disconcerting without the world rendering very quickly. Not digging that. Oh, he did beat me to sleep. Gosh darn it, I guess that's the first bingo. Womp womp. Spawn chunks and Alistair's and Avalon. Okay, cool. So that's the first bingo on the charts, folks. Or he's leaving all. Yeah. Fair enough. Although I did not see him near where I was. So let's go. Let's go check this out. Which I don't know if I have an extra ender chest. Let's put the coarse fruit in there. I completely forget what is needed to make an ender chest. So I'm just gonna go over here and check the makey block. I need obsidian and one of you. Okay, so now I guess what I can't remember is, do I have an extra one? Because I would like to put one. I don't like to go through the nether with my elytra on because I have bad experiences with such things. Just want to see if I have 2 obsidian. Oops, that's not the right key. I'll check over here as well. So I would like to brilliance. And I left the other 2 over there. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I bring them with me? So I'm going to go to that island. Rendering is fast compared to the SMP I play on. I find that very unnerving. Good to know, but I find it very unnerving. I do not like the flying into empty space. Wait, which one was it? Did I not just see obsidian? I'm just having a mini mental breakdown. Oh, how's it going? Going well, I think. I want in. All right. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna go. I'll let Joel do it. Need to find that obsidian though. At the end, perfect. And I have, of course, now that I'm not going to sleep. You all know I'm streaming, yeah? Yeah. Me too, eh? Hi, Joel stream. Okay, now I've got this in place. One more ender chest. Beautiful. Of course. Why wouldn't you be there? In the eye. In the nose. Just to be delightful. Alright, so now let's go and adventure out here. Like I said, I'm really hopeful that this part of the island did get re-rendered, because that would be fantastic. Oops. That in there for now. Everything else I shall keep on me. It would be a drag to lose all this stuff, but not the end of the world. Shall put that one in here, so I've got something. Will not need that. Okay, cool. Here we go. Another time. Another time. I should have brought more carrots than this with me. Is that all I have? Oh no, we got more. Fantastico. Ugh. If I'm adventuring, I should have powered up. Oh, we can still do it. Let's go power up our tools. know that's a silly thing to say. Not power up tools, but go replenish, mend our goods. That is an excellent question. I am. I've got gold boots on. Are you asking for my protection or merely so that you can check another bingo off the list? Oh, smokes feels like the fog is thicker in here than usual. I don't know if that's an Optifine thing. Yes. Fair enough. Well, I don't know if I've been down here much since the 1.17 update, because this is way foggier than usual. Sort of fine by me, it's just unusual. Not what I'm used to. So bear with me, folks. I'm just going to take a wee trip out to the gold farm. Probably over. I don't need to power up too many, or I keep saying power up, mend too many things, but I just like the idea of having everything as mended as possible. I've been not worrying about my silk touch pickaxe too much because I was doing a lot of work on Cosmic's tree, and that's all wood based. Oh, and my sons were telling me something that is at 1.17 or 1.18. Lava is going to be infinite now, so we can actually fix up little annoyances like these. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Truly hope that is the case, because I really want to fill in the lava around my the fallen tree that I'd created. It already is infinite. Nice. Thank you, Firepith. Mending you. And that's basically all I need. We need to turn down the noisy noise. Too many noises make me unhappy. Although isn't the fastest. Sorry, isn't the fastest thing ever. You can get infinite using dripstone. Oh, okay. I don't like the slow to bed sleeping incident. It's not as... Slow to bed? Oh, you don't like that one? Well, not all of them are great. Even the saxophone one's not super exciting, but... Holy smokes, that was quick. If they were all exciting, then I wouldn't know what to do to make them... I'd have to get my get really creative with what all of them would be. Oops. Alright, I wasn't planning on taking all of the snowballs, but why not? Just in case I miss. Angry! Put that back. I'll hold on to this. If I hold on to my elytra, will that do it? Nice. Let's put that back in there for now. Fantastic. This shan't take long. It's a pretty quick system, so. Do you have any suggestions, Fulmer, on how I can make the slow to bed one more exciting? I think the thing that makes that fun is sometimes when fellow teammates pop online and race me to bed, so it becomes more of a... It's never just a me thing, it's always about... Hello? Any pigs around? It's more about someone else beating me to bed, so sometimes it's fun. Oops. Must look to the sky to eat carrots. Oops. Too many peeps online for this farm to be efficient. Is that what it is? Too many people on the server right now? Come on, you can do it. It's too frequent for on stream. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, splits the mob cap. Gotcha. Huh. I guess I don't need... Oh, whatever, I'll just keep them on me. How's my armor doing? Oh, and my armor does not have mending. Good to know. Alistair is burping. Has anyone seen the video of Trump trying to hold up Pope's hand? Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the meme. Pretty funny. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Thanks. And hi. Much appreciated. I won't be too long here. I just have part of me figures like, oh, I'll just go since they're almost done, but then another part of me figures, well, since I'm here, I might as well get everything replenished. So maybe the racing to bed could be max 2 or 3 incidents. So you mean max, have it happen max 2 or 3 times a stream? Yeah. I mean, originally, every incident was more of a can happen once type thing. So we are, oops, does that have mending? It does. Yeah, it used to be that it was only one of every incident could happen. Oh, it's okay. But that's the thing is though, bingo just hadn't happened at all. Like it was just not even a thing that was, we might get 1 bingo, maybe 2, but Father's Day was the first time bingo actually happened, and it was because my sons were on. And, yeah, I got to bed a lot quicker than I did. Alright, come on, piggies. Hello, piggies? Alright, Turtle, no worries. Appreciate you stopping by again, as always. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day, and, yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be back on Thursday or not. It's Canada Day, so I'm just, I'm gonna see. We'll have to see, but we'll be back Sunday morning for sure, so. Thanks for popping by, Turtle. Have a good night. Oh, Tally is just about full there. Tally is precious, though, so we will definitely put Tally back in the ender chest because we have no need for Tally, and we do not want anything bad to happen to Tally. Boom. Nice. Gonna go Tally, and I will keep... Actually, no, I need to keep my silk-touch pickaxe to break the ender chest. So we will do that. Cool. Canada Day? Canada Day. That's funny. Father's Day was Canada Day, but... Canada Day is the birthday of our country. Although it's fully expected to be a fairly somber one this year. I think any huge celebrations will be in poor taste this year with all of the bodies of the indigenous children they're recovering. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Like, I don't even have the words to talk about, really. It's... Alistair McFly has rejoined the game. Oh yes, and that means... Oh, not that means, but that reminds me. Alistair's back. That reminds me. Need to turn the hostile creatures up. That's funny. That's not what it was, but that's funny that that happened to be what was going on. Put you in there. And put you in there. And replace you in there. Cool. Alright, I think we're good to go. Rude. When's Cosmic's Day? I don't know. I believe that is for Cosmic to tell us, because we are not aware of what Cosmic's Day would be. Although I think you... I don't remember the day, but you had a birthday not too long ago, did you not, Cosmic? I do believe you did. Alright, folks, I'm excited. I'm truly hoping that this this island will allow me to get 1.17 blocks without having to travel too far. Now, I'm not looking for anything crazy. I just want, I at the very least, want to find some copper for copper stairs. Mini Packs has a day. How does Mini Packs get a day? It's funny, I was just about to sip my tea and then I'm like, I don't know if I trust the straightness of this bridge and the where my mouse is pointing to actually stop and sip my tea. I'd probably just walk right off the edge. July 5th for doing some server stuff. Oh. Well, that's nice. Thanks, Mini Packs. Alright, cool. We have sipped the tea. Oh, I should have waited because we have a big ol'... That's some flashy pants, dude. Digging those on Infinity Cove. Cool. So that means it's almost Mini Packs Day. Are there any new trades? I forgot to ask. Are there any new trades you get with Piglin trading? Oh. Sorry, y'all. I need to come in here and fancify up your living quarters a little bit more. This is pretty sad. I have not come back in a little while, so maybe I'll do that Sunday morning. But for now, adventure! Just want to make sure there are no ghasts afoot. Or ghasts around. Look at that. This sword sticking out from the side. I see you there, Piglin. So I've been wondering, this whole Punch a Piglin thing that's going to be one of the rewards. I need to figure out what am I... Oh yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Way over there. We're good. What am I allowed to bring with me when I do the Mad Dash? Ah! Jeez! Where did that come from? Oh, jeez, that startled me. Hey, Sweet and Thunder, welcome on in. That was slightly unnerving. I've never had a ghast look down the hallway before and shoot at me. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. I just about met an early demise thanks to this gas, but holy smokes, that was close. Wait a second, so that is... go there. Oh, all the things stayed behind. That's exciting. Usually I have to go and... You're in the game? I'm not sure what you mean, as in like your chat's in the game? Oh, jeez. Well done. Holy smokes, I was just about to turn around, like in the chat. Yeah, that's actually a special plugin that Alistair found for us called Twitch Bridge Chat. And so you essentially need to authorize it and give it access to your Twitch account, and it pulls it in. It makes it a lot easier for me because I only have one monitor, so I can't look back and forth between chat in Twitch and the screen all the time. So, yeah, exactly. Everybody who's it's showing up in the video, so anybody who's watching me is seeing it at the same time. And sorry to keep talking, Alistair, but that was hilarious. Holy smokes, that that startled me so much. Man. Alright, are you coming on the adventure? So I'm going to see if there's any blocks on the island, depending on whether Joel... Cool. Depending on whether Joel re-rendered the world or not. So you don't have to come if you don't want to, but that is perfectly okay. But I'm heading to my island, off in the distance. So Alistair, how much, I know it'll be a bit of a delay on this, but how much longer until your computer arrives? Sorry, Fulmers, I was not actually hit by the ghast. It startled the bejeegy out of me, but it was a near miss. Ah yes, thanks Cosmic. So for anyone's wondering, Alistair, I don't know if Alistair's still following, whispers to you, we have... Oops. We have maps of the trimmed area. Yes. Oh, the computer arrived today. Nice. I know we have maps of the trimmed area. Joel shared those in chat, but it didn't go over far enough to show the little island that's near my that's near the portal I created. Sure, we can do that. Oof. Sure, just give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to put an open Discord and Alistair will join me, so hang on there. Hang tight, folks. We've got a bit of an not interlude? Intermission. While we click on the right buttons to get this to happen. The Citadel. I'm in the Citadel radio. So I'm not sure if that's what you meant as well, Alistair, but that's where I am. How am I doing? I'm actually doing well. It's it's funny, today I wasn't even planning on streaming because I was going to be getting ready for a podcast with Joel. Yes, cool. And so I got a text from him today saying that he didn't actually need me for tomorrow, which is fine. It just my brain had not had a chance to think about what to stream at all right now. So, can you hear me at all, Alistair? I may have to adjust my my sound. I heard a notification. Is that you, Mr. McFly? Cool. Can everyone hear Alistair? I believe it's set up properly to capture the voice. The voice of the man himself. You cannot hear him? No. Okay, so might be a bit of a delay. He just joined. So far I've heard no. Yes, it might be okay, hang on folks, I'm gonna have to go back in. Discord does weird things with audio sometimes. Okay. Alright. Citadel radio. User audio. Oh, that's why output. We need to put you to streaming, I believe. Can you try saying something now?
Something now.
Something now. There you go. I think your voice actually went louder as well when I switched over to that because I believe I have it tweaked differently. There. Sweden Thunder says you are there now. Awesome. Cool. All right. Thanks for your patience, folks. We are now live with Mr. McFly. Well, we were before, but now we've got him on audio as well.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Right. So you said there's an island.
Well, there's the portal I created in behind my my warp giant.
Oh right, yes.
Oh, is Alistair's really loud? You're saying? Alistair's really loud. Okay. Very contagious. All right, sorry, Alistair. I'm just going to go and tweak, see if I can put your audio down a tiny bit.
Thank you, Sweden.
Video.
Man, I have never seen Minecraft this smooth outside of a YouTube video before.
There you go. Oh yeah, on your new computer for sure.
Oh,
there we go. I think that's better. All right, cool.
I'm getting too. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like we've got a gas there already. Okay, cool. Sweden Thunder confirms that this is better. So.
Excellent.
So yeah, as I was saying, you were saying you've never seen Minecraft this smooth before.
Yeah, I'm getting 260 frames right now.
Holy smokes!
Right. So I was getting. So for those who don't know, I have just upgraded my Mac Mini to the new M1 Mac Mini, and when I first installed Minecraft, I was getting around 60 frames, sometimes a little bit more. My previous
60,
one needed
wow.
an eGPU to get that kind of frame rate. But that was still only there. That was because it was emulating it because it's written for Intel. I managed to get a Java JDK that's written for ARM. Some people have done some patch stuff and basically made Minecraft run natively on Apple Silicon. And that's why I'm getting in excess of 250 frames per second.
That's crazy.
It's nuts! I've never had something like this. It's just, it's buttery smooth.
Well, I'm a little bit jealous. Well, everything that they've been adding to the new Mac Mini, like if it happened again where I needed to get a new computer and, you know, knock on wood, I probably won't need to because I'm very fortunate where I work is I'm able to have my old computer at home, like when we get new ones. So cool. It wouldn't be a terribly new computer, but it's still a professional machine, so it's no slouch. But if I ever had to buy a new one, I'd be really, really tempted to get that Mac Mini. It's
Oh, something shooting. Oh, there it is.
Holy smokes!
Well, the tunnel's a lot bigger.
Sorry, folks. Still no still not hit by a ghast. See, this whole atmosphere thing on mine, it's definitely changed since I last played down here. So
the fog seems a lot foggier to me as well.
There's the ghast. I wonder if it's the new Optifine.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
the purple. I don't remember it being purple.
No, I like it. It's just I'm not used to it.
Mm.
All right, so yes, who has not seen the giant crimson or the crimson giant? Oh my goodness, I keep saying that. The warped giant. This is the
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hello. Oh no, I missed it. Oh, there he is.
All right, I think we're good. So this is a giant crimson warped. No, crimson. Nothing about it is crimson. It's a giant warped tree / mushroom that I built. So maybe we'll take a peek at it on the way back since we're already headed to the tunnel. But over here is the first nether portal that I ever built. So, and originally the one that's under my spruce tree was going to be the first one. And I'm okay with it, but Alistair actually helped me build it, so... Perfect gas hunting music, yeah. So this was the first one I built on my own. And so this... Let's go through this way. So it looks like it's still... This was not on Joel's map, but it looks like it still has Joel's statue here. So interesting.
Oh, this is where the double guardian farm is. Then yeah, he will not have reset this.
Yeah, I guess it was just far enough out it didn't show up on his map. Alright, well...
Right, let me see. I have the maps as well. Let me just have a look and see if I can figure out exactly where we are.
I guess to be fair, he posted 2 or 3 images to the Discord chat, and from what I could see, this was not on it.
So let me see if I can figure out where we are. Oh,
so while you look at that, I am going to try to dig down and see if there's anything interesting below. But first, I'm going to put carrots in my face.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the map to reload. Okay, so that's there.
Oh, right. So one of the things I wanted to do immediately upon arriving... it is actually, yes. This is, we call this the Citadel. This is a, basically a server owned by Joel Duggan, who's a friend of mine and Alistair's. And so it's, yeah, if anybody here is... Any of the moderators can do bang Citadel and then bang Citizens. Thanks, Cosmic. Yeah, so essentially everybody who plays in the Citadel, we all know each other in real life. So it's not really an open to the public kind of thing. It's just friends who hang out in the Minecraft world. And Alistair was never seen again.
I will be back. I just need to
no worries.
Get the map to load up some of the content here.
Move this bed. Back one. We'll do that here. And we'll put the ender chest there.
I've lost the island.
That's not good.
Which island is it? There's several of them around.
I'm at -5.
Oh, I see it.
Basically minus 5166.
Just out of my render distance. So yeah, looking at it, we are just on the map, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'd have to head a little bit further south, or a little bit further east, and then we should hit some land that hasn't been affected yet.
Well, I can see a couple of islands over there. Oh yeah, you're flying above them right now. I mean, I don't mind flying. I don't have a ton of rockets on me. I've got some, so I don't want to adventure too far.
I would suggest a boat. In all honesty.
Oh my goodness, why did that's so simple? so this is on the map then. So if I dig down, I will not find any goodies.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Not the end of the world, but the edge of the map.
Yeah, just looking at it, I think I can make out exactly which islands these are. I'm just going to go over this way and just get the map. I'm using Zero's world map for anybody who's not aware, and it at least gives us some idea as to what's around us.
Yeah. Hello? Why aren't you doing the thing? Do the thing.
The thing?
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to my interface.
Oh.
I'm clicking on it and it's not doing what I want to.
What are my many party tricks would you like me to perform?
I've got an ender chest full of them. Would you like a boat? Would you like a boat as well?
Oh yes, please. Well, we can just go in the same boat.
True.
I've lost the island again. Oh, I've overshot it.
I have two boats.
The wrong way.
Voice activated Minecraft. How long have Alistair and I known each other? Probably 6 years.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
Yeah, getting close to 6 years. Yeah. Indeed. But it's funny though because we kind of knew each other, but then got to know each other really well. I feel like in the last year and a half, which has been a lot of fun. So,
Well, it's because we've been able to hang out a lot more on the Citadel.
Yes.
There's a lot of it.
Which is funny because, you know, sometimes it's funny to realize you don't get the chance to hang out with people in real life sometimes. And it takes something like this to, to connect. Alright, oh, you planning more? Fantastic. Alright, so Alistair actually ended up... When you said, yes, make a boat, I made you one anyway, so you can have that one if you want.
Well, because what I can do is I can direct you, I can navigate with the map whilst you actually set sail.
Sure. So there's a couple of... the islands you were flying around, kind of down to the southwest, were those on the map or were they off the map?
It's A little bit hard to tell. Like, I can't tell exactly which island it is just from the resolution of the images that Joel provided.
Okay.
But
Hello? Can I go in the book?
I've got a rough idea as to where we are.
Ooh, there's actually there's a cavern underneath this island, it looks like.
Oh, whoa. Oh, there's glow squids as well.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, wait, I heard... Yeah, I just heard some... Oh no, I'm stuck. There we go.
There's an axolotl!
Yeah, I just heard the Guardians and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that just now. I think I'm also going to just take an opportunity to... No!
Whoa!
Okay, I did not mean to do that.
Wow. You were going to terraform, apparently.
Whoops. So the island's a little bit smaller. No, my bed. My bed. Alright.
Dang.
So. No, I can't get back up. Alright.
Well.
So,
what did you even do? Did you just tap the sand accidentally, or?
I just placed my bed on the sand.
Wow.
And it just collapsed.
So now, the map shows like a giant slice through the island. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and for what it's worth, Alistair, I actually brought a. Actually, I should carry mine with me. I was gonna say I brought an ender chest with me, but that's a good idea to just keep it with you.
Oh, I'm just not wanting to carry some of my stuff. Like, I don't want to be wearing my Elytra.
Oh, you right. That's a good point.
I'm just
Then I too shall follow your advice.
Because if we're going into uncharted territory, yeah, I'd rather not lose my Elytra for the sake of that.
That's a good point. Alright, cool. Are you taking off all your good stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, I suppose I should do the same.
Well, it's up to you. I just
no, it's all good
trust
points.
myself. Just don't trust myself, that's all.
Yeah, I didn't actually leave a lot of extra space in there, so I will leave that. I will need my silk touch pickaxe for the ender chest. I guess that's all I've got room for, so whatever. Actually, I got a couple of bows in there I just do not need. Yet I will continue to pick them up, apparently. Cool. Alright, Sweet and Thunder, sorry I missed that. You have to go for the night? Oh my goodness, no, I wholeheartedly appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining in today. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the night, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch you either Thursday evening around the same time, or I'll be back Sunday morning, 10 a.m. my time. So take care and get the rest you need, my friend. Bye. Oh, I see. You've got like civvies. So I don't care. I'm gonna have to wear my armor. It's not like it has mending or anything on it.
Mine does.
Yours does?
Oh yeah. So I want to put.
I'm having some server lag again, I think. Oh no, you were in the chest. Okay, good. Like, I
Oh
just
no, yeah,
it.
that was me. That was me in the chest. Do you have a silk touch pick?
I do, yeah. It's what's in my hand now.
Please, can you?
Oh, I
pick
see.
The ender chest for me. Thank you.
Oh wait,
I don't have
an ink sac.
I don't have
over
a
there.
temporary silk touch pick at the moment, so I lost that one.
Oh, I see.
So where did you park your boat? Ah, you parked it over here.
I just grabbed something. I think there was a glow squid. I have a glow ink sac.
Nice.
Yeah, that unfortunately, I'm sure it was killed due to the sandfall. But that's all right. Oh, so
Okay,
I see what you mean. I'm going to navigate while you have the map in your hand. Gotcha.
Yes. So I would say turn around to the it was just step a sec. Okay, turn right 90 degrees.
But there's a guardian
And
farm right there.
Yeah. Just then don't stop. Just keep going and don't stop.
Should we not go around it?
I think you could. But yeah, I mean that's. I think it's fine to go over it. You just. We'll go around it though.
All right. Okay. Let's test it. Let's do.
No. Okay.
I
You're
feel
the one with the good gear.
That's right. I feel better by going around it.
I still remember Joel just saying, like, we just hopped in a boat and he's just like, be careful of guardians. And I'm like, careful of what? I had no concept of what they even were. He's just like, oh yeah, just the guardians. You're going to have to elaborate more, sir.
Underwater death. I don't think they can hit you at all if you just don't stop moving. Okay, cool. Oh, I guess we're over a ravine. Things I've learned from watching my son speedrun. So should this island be close enough, or should we keep going?
Let's have a look. We should keep going.
Okay. Oh, oh my goodness, there's another guardian farm over there. Another monument, anyway.
Oh god, yeah, there's 3. The third one might be out of range for what Joel would like to do.
Always with a silk touch pick. If he invites you to the murder cabin. Exactly. I was there, I saw that, so I'm aware of the murder cabin. Actually, this island looks like it could be promising. There's a goat on it!
That, I do not believe, is on the map. There's also an area to our right.
Oh yeah?
Northeast from this direction.
Oops.
There's a drone with
crashing.
a block.
There's a little island over there, that's interesting. You said to the northeast?
So basically where we're facing. That might be better.
Okay.
Not this facing. The other facing that you were just facing when we were facing the other way.
Alright, I'm curious what that sand is.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take a look.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek. It seems unusual that this would be... I think this is a temple-like structure, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything in there, though. Where is that drowned? I hear him. Is he beneath me? You're beneath me.
Exactly, I was just gonna say that. Peasant. Alright, well, I thought that might be something a little bit... Oh, there's a chest down there. Yeah,
oh, there he is.
Cool.
I actually can't remember what F5 is because I changed my key setting so that F5 was something else.
Oh, why? Somebody's saying F5, F5, F5? Sorry, what's F5 do? It's not doing anything. I found a treasure map, though. We are nowhere near it.
Oh, that may have been a little while ago.
Oh, the camera perspective. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I think you need to go back in the boat first. There we go.
Right, so
you got a treasure map?
I did, yeah.
Hmm?
I forgot that I haven't used the F5 key in forever, so sorry about that, Fulmers. It's, yeah, I moved it to a mouse button.
There we go, I believe.
It does look better than sailing, you're right, when sailing.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that these are new 117 chunks.
Nice. I love this island too. I may actually, I may pseudo stake a claim to this. Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody must have placed a bed here too.
Could be. You're brave.
Don't confuse bravery for stupidity, sir.
Fair enough. Fair enough. This is a lovely spot.
Right. Oh, you got turtles.
Yeah, this is actually a whole new. Oh, this is a whole new area.
This is the first time I've seen 2 turtles together. I've only ever been in places.
Oh,
where
really?
There's been one
There's a
turtle.
bunch of them
Yeah.
actually. There's like 3 of them off to the side as well.
No,
I went around the edge here. Pretty sure I saw 3 more than. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get some baby turtles?
I think it's
I need
kelp, isn't
4.
it? Are you gonna kill these turtles?
No. No, I may turn them into mutants and wait for them to grow into teenagers, but...
Ah, nicely done. Yeah, I think it's kelp. But you need to have shears for that.
Here, I think what I'm gonna do is...
Oh, I gotta have a bed here. Just 1 sec. It is about that time.
Yeah, this isn't really an island. This is a massive landmass.
Yeah. Sorry, I opened the map to see that, so...
It's nice here.
I do like this spot, though. I might try to do something with it
like
over
just
here.
over here where there's this little pond that's kind of just down with everything up around it. Yeah, this is a really nice area.
Agreed. And it doesn't feel like it's crazy far away. Like, that didn't take us very long to boat here, either.
Oh, it even has free bacon. And burgers. Like, there's a lot of animals here. Like, you could eat for days. And you got horses.
Yeah, this is a good spot. I'll definitely be back. This might be where I head to after I'm done with Hysteria. I'm not sure what I'll do out here, but it's a nice spot.
Yeah. So where do you want to start digging?
I think I'm gonna dig over where we landed, just because I'm horrible for navigating, and if I keep it to where we landed, and then all I need to do is head straight east again. Is it east?
No, I can go.
Yeah.
Well, we went southeast.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's on my map now, so I'll be able to see it. Now I get it.
Yeah. If we go northeast, that actually heads straight towards Cosmic.
Oh really?
Yep.
Straight towards hers in Somerville?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so... Oh yeah, this was waterlogged. I don't know if I want to deal with waterlogged, but... Nope, let's head down there just for a split second, just to... Does it go deep? I guess it doesn't really go that deep.
No.
No, that just comes out the front. Okay. Alright, well...
Do I just dig down where we've got dry land here?
Yeah, might as well. Just where's that water coming? I guess the water's coming in from a hole underneath. Yeah, we'll just dig down there. See what we got.
Okay. I'll set up a camp here then.
Okay, cool. Alright folks, adventure time! Already found...
What?
I mined a block. I mined a block with using silk touch. That's a bingo thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You mined it with Silk Touch?
Yeah.
Is that not a good thing?
Not when I'm mining ores. Because I need to, yeah. If I want the ores from it, then I'm not supposed to mine the blocks themselves.
Ah, right, okay.
Just have to, place... Oh, you got the ender chest out. Okay, cool. Just need my other pickaxe. That one is, ore block... That one's called ore blockhead. Oh, here's a question. Did I bring torches? Yes. Woohoo! So you can...
We've got 2. You keep doing that for a second.
Okay.
I just completely forgot that I need to get some stuff.
Oops. I'm not digging high enough. If I know stairs are going to be needed, why am I not digging enough? High enough. For shame, Stephen, for shame. Of course, digging down at an angle here, I might actually be digging myself right out into the water. I have to be careful.
I have returned!
Hoorays! All of the hoorays. Guess I don't really need all of the coal. I just like to dig it. Sometimes I wish I used the map that showed... Oh, you did that. Okay, cool. We're, I guess the caves were underneath, so you didn't have to keep guessing which way to go, but then it feels too cheaty. Oh, there we go. There we go, there's an opening. Oh, that's a...
Oh.
Bit of a drop down.
I forgot to bring building blocks.
Oh, I
Please
forgot.
may I have half of the stone you've just mined?
Yes. That's funny.
Marvelous. Thank you, sir.
Put that one
Oh, a
back.
whole stack. You left building it. There are magma blocks pulling down glow squid down there.
Oh, really? Does that kill them,
Yeah.
do you know? Alright, let's,
I don't know. It might do eventually.
put that there. Well, the water was bound to happen eventually.
Is that water from a cave, though?
Yeah. Just curious to see. So it does actually kill the glow squid because I found some more ink.
Wow, this cave is weird.
So does I forget, does that magma allow you to breathe underwater?
Yes, it does. It also pulls you right down.
Does not allow me to breathe, apparently.
Oh, wait, I thought it did.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yes, it does. Yeah.
Does it? Okay. So I guess the question is, do we go down there to look for stuff? Because it looks like there's some blocks down there I do not have. Oh, that's coal. Okay. Oh no, there's some gold. I think that's gold. I'm not breathing, apparently. That's not good. Up we go.
Weird.
Is my inventory
Oh.
full already? Holy smokes. I did not see that coming. Actually, let's check this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no.
Check the treasure map. Nope, we are still not even close to the treasure map. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
What's that? Guess the saplings are not really needed down here, nor is the rotten flesh. 2 wheat is no good, so we'll get rid of those. I guess I don't need any of the sand stuff. Yeah, but there was some gold down there. I'm gonna head down this way. So this just looks like coal to me. It doesn't look like there's anything new down over here. There was some stuff over here I want to take another closer look at. That's just gold, okay.
Oh, here's some new blocks.
Why can't I get up?
Oh god. Oh god, why am I... Oh, no, shoot. Ah, rats.
Oh, are axolotl dangerous?
Not to us. Only to others.
I think I'm stuck underground.
I need to find a spot to go up. There we go.
Hmm. Poor axolotl just died.
Okay, I'm back where we came in. So there are some new blocks there, but trying to mine them underwater is not going to be fun.
Right. Which is pretty quick. Oh, I did it again. I'm not sure if it has something to do with my... Oh, wait, I've got the... I think I've got a special helmet on, actually. I have Aqua Affinity on. These axolotls are just killing themselves. What is this called? The deep slate?
Yep.
Wow, first time for that. Nice. That's very exciting. I don't need a... I'm just excited to have it, but I'm not... It's funny, I'm not even really sure what I would do with it yet.
If you put it in a stone cutter, you're going to find a ton of things that you can build with it.
I was just looking forward to getting it, but not really sure what to do with it.
Sorry, Cosmic, we don't have iron buckets at the moment.
No, I did grab iron, but I don't have a. Oh wait, what is that?
Oh, diamond.
Diamonds! Oh my goodness. Ton of diamonds.
They make the worst noise when they die.
I know. Feeling pretty bad for them.
Are you breathing down here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oddly though, it's taking me longer to mine than when I'm in the water.
That's normal.
You know, it's taking me longer to mine than when I'm in the water. Sorry.
Oh right.
Like in the water right now, it's pretty darn quick. I actually have to be careful. I don't want to inundate you. Nice, smart. So is this the deep slate here? It looks actually lighter.
Yeah, it comes in so many different varieties for it.
Weird.
I would probably recommend us going back up though, just because trying to find our way back might get a little bit more challenging as we're going along down here.
Fair enough. Oops. Come on. So you can do this, Steven. Ugh. Alright. So, I guess we can just continue going down underground then.
Yep. If we go right, that takes us more inland.
Right. Okay. And we've got some iron too as a reward. Oops, wrong key. Well, that was pretty exciting though. It was my first time seeing an axolotl in game, so... Wrong key, that's right.
Wrong key.
Oh, you must not have been there for that. That's just
I was not there for that, no.
Yeah.
I missed out on that one.
Well, welcome to Wrong Key. There's a few different names all happen at the same time. I can't remember what they are offhand. Is that more iron? That's more iron as well. I wonder if there is going to be any copper down here.
I don't know what... I think we were at like Y36 when we found a geode, but I don't know what the... I think they can spawn at any level. But I know that 6 is the new diamond level.
Andesite was the other one, right? There's Andesite, Wrong Key, and then I think there's one more. I think it was whoever used to show up to yard sales uninvited. I forget what their name was though.
Alistair?
No, that was not the... Yes, it was. I'm sorry. Sort of surprised it's taking so long to find anything. I shouldn't say that. We did find a neat little underwater area, but... Well, found some more deep slate. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I have inventory. No andesite. No cobblestone.
Yarddale.
It was Yarddale, right? Yarddale. Forgot. Oh, I thought I had some deep slate to dig out here. Alright. Oh, you're above me. Okay, I was like, what's going on? Wait, is that bedrock? Are we that low?
We're at 7. We're at 6, yeah.
Oh, wow. Alright.
We're at kind of diamond level, really. Being around 6 or 7 is kind of where you want to be rather than 11 these days.
Interesting.
I don't know what the way is to find geodes. I don't think there's a... I think as they spawn so randomly, I'm not even sure if there's actually a way of... like a methodology to find them.
Alright, I guess let's pick a direction. Oh, there's a diamond right there. Oh, 4 of them.
These are deep slate ones as well.
Yeah.
They have a really cool texture.
Feels weird taking them like that. They should be almost have kept... I should have almost have kept them with the diamonds.
Yeah.
Intact.
Just don't touch those ones. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll find plenty more.
What are those? Ah.
That's cool.
Okay, these
They
ones
just
are
have a
intentionally
greenish look.
being still touched, people, so... There we go. Neat. Not sure what I'll do with them, but they're pretty cool.
I think that's regular diamond. Yeah, that's regular diamond.
Wait, are you copper? No, you're iron. Actually, deep slate redstone would be pretty cool too, wouldn't it?
Mm. Oh, it is.
Is that deep slate? No.
That's just regular.
Deep slate lapis ore is beautiful. Ah. We're back to almost back out to the water. Well, I mean, we're low enough now that the water's not going to pour in, but let's try a different direction, perhaps.
Probably better off honestly, just going straight ahead, I think.
Sure.
So that'll take us again more inland.
Oh, I did it again. Curses!
Oh, is that? Oh, you got some deep slate redstone here.
Oh, do I? Nice. Let's fill that back in. That's annoying. Ooh, that is nice. Oh, that's really nice. Alright, intentional silk touch pickaxe. Oh yeah, now we need to get rid of something here. How about that dirt? We don't need dirt. Oh, that's regular. Oh, there's only one redstone? Weird. The rest of it was regular. Regular. Oh, sounds like we've got water problems ahead.
Oh, we've got lava problems ahead. I should have bought a water bucket.
I've got one.
To bring... You got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hitting a lot of lava here.
Okay, I'll...
I don't know if it's worth us... Do we want to go up a little bit? Looks like we're just going to keep hitting this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty. Sacrifices it to lava. So not intentional.
Oh, that might be... That is a cave up there. Oh, and that's water.
I knew I heard the waters. Water somewhere.
The John Waters. There you go. Just having a look at the target block information. It says
Firebit.
guarded by piglins when you look at the gold.
When you look at the gold, it says guarded by piglins.
Yes, just as one of the tag data for it.
Oh, that's funny.
This is a big cave. Skeletons. There they are. I could hear him. Oh,
Where'd it go?
he's behind you. I got him. I could hear him saying, "I mean you no harm, JK."
Oh, really?
Because of my sound pack that
That's
I'm using.
funny. It's 100% not the case here. I'm gonna grab those ores in a second. I just wanted to.
Oh, I heard another. Okay, that's ominous. There's multiple of them. Oh, and there's a creeper.
That's not good.
Why is this? Oh, I don't have a flame bow. That's why. Oh god, that is all of them right there. Oh god, no.
Shield up. Oh, I was gonna say. Nice done. Nicely done.
In the face. I'm quite proud of that. Oh, there's a bat. And there's another creeper.
Ah!
Oh, sorry. Shoot. Sorry. I pulled a cosmic. I apologize. Oh, baby zombie.
Those are just, whatchamacallit, experience points. Those look like they could be something we want up over there.
I don't see. Oh, up there?
Just more iron.
More iron? I'm seeing more skeletons here.
Sheesh.
Right. I need to eat.
That bow. How dare you what?
Oh, I was like, oh, because I just saw another creeper and more skeletons, and it's not a fun time. Although I do have the high ground. Oh!
Nice. A little disagreement there, I'll take that.
I think the creeper just got him. Oh, you go on.
Is that copper, finally? No, it's redstone.
There's like... It's creeper central here. That's where we were before.
Is this lit up?
Some more. Oh, whoa, 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 more creeper.
That way they can get through at least. Oh! Did you just shoot me? You just shot me. Oh my goodness, my health is pretty darn low. Not good.
Then eat,
Yep.
eat. Got some more redstone stuff. If you've got iron...
Pull the cosmic. I see what you mean. Pull the cosmic. How dare you?
So there's some of the glow lichen here as well, if you have shears. Or if you can craft shears.
I do not.
Oh, wait. Well, we've got some good news for you. Right over there.
Got a bunch of iron.
A block of iron.
I've got a bunch of iron. I suppose I could just... Can you make an oven out of... Oh, I didn't bring any wood. I haven't a crafting table.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to bring one of those as well.
Just do this. Let's just get rid of the water.
Well, I've got... Oh, get rid of the water? Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Oh, it was flowing both directions. I just blocked it off right here because I'm like, this is painfully obnoxious. Holy smokes.
God. I fell down. So I have one iron ingot.
That was intentional, Alcorn. Sorry, I should have mentioned I am gathering some things like the deep slate. This deep slate ores. I've got iron, coal, and redstone. So those ones were intentional. I know, I'm sorry. Get your hopes up. Oh, is that... That's still iron. Man, I'm looking for... Just one copper.
Oh, water's pushing me into the lava. That's not good.
Copper's more common higher up.
Forget that I don't have I don't have Depth Strider. All right, where are we orientated compared to where we came in?
That's where we came in. Well, I guess we came in over here, but upwards. So if we go this way, it's the way we go back. Because I can see a bow that I dropped over here.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
Basically, it would be. I think it's up this way.
It is.
Or
yes.
I guess same.
Yeah, be down this way. And then this should be... Is that where we came up? This is where we came up. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and that's why when you said we came in over here, it makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, I've left 3 torches along the wall just to be kind of like, yep, this is it. This is where we came.
Okay. Wait, is that... Oh, I think I found some copper. It's a ways up there, but...
Oh, that's it. That is it. Yep. Might be easier just to use building blocks and just turn your ship up. Oh, hello, Axolotl. There's a white one. Oh, he had glowing.
Oops, too far. Here we go. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. I will swing a block at you. Nice. I've been wanting this for a little while. Zombified piglin head. Do I need that? I do not. So I got 4 raw coppers. How many raw copper does it take to make an ingot?
I don't know. I've collected some. I haven't had a chance to play with any of it yet.
I did in my other world, but I really wasn't paying attention to the exchange. Keep your eye out for purplish blue axolotls. They're like 1 in a 4,000 chance of respawning. So 1 raw copper per ingot? Oh, that's good. So I
think in 117.1, the blue ones you will only be able to get through breeding.
Ah, interesting. Oh, I guess that was only a tiny bit of...
Oh, dripstone over there.
Where? Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, just over there.
Is that how you usually get it? Is by shooting it?
No, I was just pointing.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So get them now while you can. That's right. What can we do with dripstone?
That's what you can use to get infinite lava. Because you can place a lava source above and then it will drip down into a cauldron.
Ugh!
Oh, I don't even see where he is.
He's below us.
Oh, I see him now. Ooh, go team.
Alright, well, I don't see any more copper right now.
There's one bit over here.
Do you have any spare blocks of any kind? No.
And there's also some dripstone over here as well that's easy to get. I see the surface.
Do you? Oh.
Yeah, like if we want an easy way out, we just pillar up.
You can just waterfall up.
Actually, yeah. Look, there's anyway, there's some just above your head.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Right. Oops. That is so not the
Oh
right tool.
God.
What?
Elkhorn's right. I placed down a bed. I didn't set my spawn there, and you went off. Neither of us have set our spawn up there.
I did, but then I destroyed the bed.
Right. I'm going to suggest that we just pillar up and find that bed.
I actually don't have any goods to pillar up. I'm going to trace my way back.
Well, let's see here. I've got. I can give you. Yeah, I can give you a stack. Oh, I've got tons of blocks to fill it up with. So I'm going to drop you a stack of cobblestone. There you go. See it?
Nope, I am not over there anymore. Just one sec. Cool. Thank you.
There I was thinking, oh, I'm really smart. I have a bed. Ugh. And we are out in the field. And that's where the bed is. It's the other way. Right, we're not too far.
That's good.
Need to set my spawn. Need to set my spawn.
It's funny, I like adventuring, but it also stresses me out.
Spider is getting really mean against me.
The what is?
The spider. Even though I've not set my spawn yet. There we go, I've set my spawn. Okay, good. I don't care what happens with the spider now. In other news, the spider is now dead.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you very much, Elcorn. Thank you, thank you.
I can use this opportunity to get...
Actually, I'm going to place a bed because that'll free up a spot.
some buckets.
Actually, let's put one of the beds in there. Free up 2 spots. Cool. Alright. Neat. Alright, I've got a bunch of coal, I believe. I do. So I need to make some more torches here. Oh no, what? Let's try and get out how normal Cosmic and Alistair adventure would. What's wrong, Firepith? Oh no, what?
He hasn't destroyed the end of the chest.
Yep.
What?
He just thought Firepith thought I forgot to use my Silk Touch pickaxe for the ender chest. I still got it. Thank you, though. No, it's all good. It's all good. I would rather... Thankfully, between Alistair and I, we have a... Here we're at 10 olds. It's 8:30 and still 98%. 90 degrees with 50% humidity. 8:30 in the evening or 8:30 in the morning where you are? Either way, that's a warm day. Just gonna make a bunch of sticks here.
Torches.
You got it. Excellent.
Marvelous.
I can make myself a little crafting table again, finally.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That was annoying not to have. PM, 8:30 PM, so still 8:30 PM with... Oh. And it's supposed to cool off. What's going on, evenings? What's going on? Cool, still cool. Did I grab some... Oh, did you see that, Alistair? Joel's asking you about honey blocks.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry.
It was in-game chat. What else do I want to keep? What do I not need? Well, let's put on this chest plate. Just so there's one less thing. Just not sure what I want to keep. Well, let's take some arrows, because arrows are always good to have. Just trying to figure out my inventory a little bit. I did not plan I did not plan well for said adventure. So might as well create a make a little oven, furnace as well. I do have shulkers, I just did not bring them with me. That's the poor planning.
I'm just waiting back where we went down.
You're heading back down? Okay.
I'm just heading where we where we came up, I should say.
Oops, let's do... I probably really don't need that much wood. Let's do... Oh jeez, that's far too much. Steven, what are you doing? Stack of coal. 4. With all the torches we could need. Got all these ender pearls, and I don't even know why I've got them on. I mean, ender pearls are cool, but... I guess we could always make a chest.
So I was just having a look at how much Joel was taking.
Oh, that's all good.
He took a decent size amount, which is fine. It's actually quite nice of him. He had a bunch of empty bottles, so he just gave me a bunch of empty bottles in exchange for the honey bottles that he took.
Oh, cool.
Very, very kind of him. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. It's like, oh, thank you. I had to turn my my farm off because it's a pain in the neck. Like the amount of glass bottles that you need for it to actually run effectively is obscene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, the honey bottles just make their way back into the system.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, I'm on my way back down as well.
It's starting to get dark.
I've got torches galore now.
Sweet.
Although I sort of forget which way we went. Oh yeah, we went up over here, okay. I'm in around 47 to 48. Okay, cool. Actually, Alistair, I'm going to head back up to the 47 to 48 range because that's where Elkhorn says is most common for copper. And not that copper is all I need, is sort of where my brain is right now. So for the copper stairs, for the stair monument, I should say. I want to make all of the replace them all with copper and let them weather.
So are you down there? I came looking for you. I couldn't find
you.
I
was. I went back up.
Right. I am just coming down. I made some water streams for me to go down. There we go.
Weird. We messed up the stairs here somewhere. Alright, so we actually aren't that... It's funny, we're very close.
So I'm at 49. You said you're around this area as well?
Yeah, I actually just went back to our main stairwell and went up to 47. So I'm just going to start digging off towards the island at 47.
Oh, right, okay. So, where? I wonder which direction you're in.
I'm right over by the actual entry stairs. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Like where we come down from the camp.
Oh, okay. Right. Let me head back down then. Actually, I'm probably better off going up, to be honest. I'm gonna head
Actually,
back to the camp then.
I can actually see your name tag in front of me.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Like right, so I should be able to see yours.
You're quite a ways off, but if you look back towards the camp, I'm underground, but...
Oh, now I see you. Okay, I couldn't see you then for a second, but now I see you.
Oh, ooh, cave.
Ooh, cave.
Ah.
With a Steven. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! 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 A Steven and a creeper.
Your stuff is easy to regain. Like if you since you're at the spawn, just come down the stairs and head to the right.
Yep. Yep.
I think I accidentally picked up one of your things.
That's okay.
What was it?
Just so unfortunate.
Your bow, there it is.
Oh. It was right there. Thank you.
That was very impressively timed there, Mr. Creeper.
I stepped in, I heard the hiss, and there he was.
And I didn't know you were coming right down there, and my brain thought, "Oh, creeper," but didn't actually say it. And then I saw you. I heard it sizzling, and I'm like, "Wait a second." You saw it on Joel's stream before. That's funny, Cosmic. It's funny because I saw it and I started to back up, and then I saw it sizzling. I'm like, "Why is it sizzling? It's so far." And then you plopped down right next to it, and kaboo!
I was the sizzle.
You're darn right you were.
Faux sizzle.
All right, so we got some. Oh, you took it. I was gonna say, found some copper here. Just walking past it.
Yeah. There you go. You can take it.
Cool.
I'm just mining it.
Appreciate it. Because that is stuff. Cosmic, I can't wait to clip that. Nice. So I have 42 on me. Oh my goodness, that's excellent. And I think I've got some back in the ender chest as well. Let's head down this way. Oops, let's maybe not. Oh, there's some over there.
I'm thinking like this way.
That the creeper was Rurt Tendals, that's funny. Rurt Tendals thought the creeper was in his world and it freaked him out. Or freaked them out, I should say.
I turned off Joel's stream, but just before I did, I saw somebody in the chat going like, "Ooh, Mac," as Joel was mentioning something about that.
As a Mac computer?
Yeah, somebody like he'd mentioned that I had a Mac, and somebody was like Mac with a shocked face in the chat, and I'm just thinking, yeah, but 260 frames per second. I mean,
yeah, you're killing it
off a very little machine, off a Mac Mini. I am impressed.
Did you just you just lit all that up? I was like, wow, that's. I thought that might have been joining up to a different place we had been already.
Oh no.
So I don't know if I need all of this iron, but part of me feels like it'd be a waste to leave it.
We'll get some shears made.
Oh yes.
Well, I have an iron ingot. If you have another iron ingot, you can get shears and then get yourself some glow lichen. Ooh.
What can you use glow lichen for?
Lichen glows.
Amazing. You've sold me. Oh, there's some more copper down there.
Yeah, they are supposed to just kind of glow in the dark a little bit, and they're just like a decorative. They're a bit like vines, like an alternative vine.
That's cool. All right.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
More copper. Oh. Ooh.
Like a vine that lights up. A bit. Cool. That's actually, were we down already? No, we're not. But I've found some more copper here. Actually, let's. Oh, I don't have any coal on me. I was gonna say let's just make some shears, but where'd it go? There was some copper down here, which is why I came. Oh, there it is. Barely any. Yay! Cool. All right, we'll get that.
In a way, I kind of like that the 117 chunks are a little bit further away. It is kind of encouraging us to go and explore a little bit further afield.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was.
Now you've got this little piece of land that's actually quite big that
Yeah.
seems worth settling on at some point.
I wonder if I should put like a little sign on it or something that says "No touchy."
Property de la Steven. Yeah, and pop it in the Discord as well.
Property do Steven.
There's the channel for all the coordinates.
Okay, cool. Oh, there's a creeper just waiting.
I hate it when they do that. I despise it.
Mm-hmm. And it was up. It was up above, waiting on a perch.
Oh,
Jerk.
airdrop creepers are the worst.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was going to be too.
I hate them with every fiber of my exploding body. Oh. What are you? Are you inconsequential or are you a thing? I found a cave with some copper and something alight there. Is this how I die?
You're out under the water again. Cool.
No, I'm not out under the water. I'm back on the land.
You're back under the land now, I see.
Yeah.
So I think that looks like it's the same thing that joins back up to where I was over there. Oh. Weirdly keeps going, and it comes to an end. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that's sort of where I was. Oh, I thought so. Maybe not.
Creeper.
Oh, there's a tiny bit of copper. Thanks for coming along, Alistair. This is a fun little adventure.
Oh, no worries. I feel like I've been on an adventure with quite a lot of people recently, because I've been on one with Cosmic, and then I was one with Anna Marie, and now I'm one with you.
You're just hitting up all the citizens.
Yeah. Anna Marie's and I's was tricky, though, because we were having so much lag that we were dying quite a bit.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, tough. There's some tough down here.
I just really need the corn. I don't even know what tough looks like, to be honest.
Ah, well, today's your lucky day. Just going to light this up a little bit.
There's some more copper there. Oh, interesting. It's almost like a bluish... Weird. Like a dirty blue cobblestone.
Yeah, I would get
or like
it
or like
from
camo.
over
It's
here.
almost like camo.
I'll go here because there could be lava at the very edge of this.
Fair enough. Hello, Firepith. Welcome back.
Hey, Firebeth.
What do I not want? Oh, leather boots. For sure, we can get rid of leather boots. Well, I need to make that to a command, Firepith. Unburb, yeah.
I see an airdrop creeper in waiting. Oh god, he airdropped.
No longer waiting. No longer waiting.
Indeed.
Ooh, these ores. So pretty. And these are being grabbed intentionally as blocks, folks. Sorry, Elkhorn.
I like that you have to, you pretty much have to announce it.
Disclaimer.
Clarification.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to hang on to them long term, but for now they're
Well,
pretty
they can be good as a decorative block, and the Wandering Trader also has some mini block versions of them as well.
Oh, nice. I'm sorry if I forget completely, but I believe it was Fulmers who had built their end portal and used all kinds of ore blocks for decoration, and it is beautiful. Really love the way it turned out. Yeah, it's... They put it in... I think it's my Discord, if you haven't seen it, Alistair. It's quite nice.
There's some deep slate iron over here.
Okay, I think I found some more. That's stupid. I just placed a torch above lava. Will literally not do anything.
Oh, creeper!
Nice. Little tag team action. Woot, woot.
I tried to remember to say it out loud.
Yes, I'm not very good at that. Is that diamond over there?
It's a shame that we're just not seeing any geode. Oh! Geode! Geode! Geode!
Really? Where are you?
Geode.
Where are you?
Geode! Over here. This way.
You...
There you go. Alright. So what you're going to do is you're going to look that way and go that way. And, oh! Copper. Copper above.
Ooh.
But keep going, and those are geode blocks.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Oops.
Now, the only thing is, don't break the ones that have crystals kind of coming off them. They've got like a little X in them, because those break, you cannot obtain them. And if you leave them, then more of these things will grow.
Okay, screen capturing this. Maybe I don't have enough space on me right now for the inventory, like in my inventory for this, but I am going to come back. That's so cool.
I do. I've got space. I can grab it for you. Cosmic and I already cleared out one of these, so I've got tons of these blocks.
So they grow back.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the full-size ones,
I'm just gonna light this.
You can take, and then you get all the shards from them, which you can then use to make a spyglass and things.
Nice. Sorry, just to make sure we don't have anything sneak our way from over here. That's a good, pretty solid cave system down here. Alright, so what were you saying in order to... Oh,
I think I picked up your boots.
I don't want them, it's okay. Okay, so you were saying don't hit the ones that have the little star things on them.
So you can take the actual things growing off them, but the actual block itself, where there's like an X etched into the side, Yeah, those ones, no.
Like this one right
Everything else,
here?
yes.
This one that I'm facing right now?
Let's see. Yes, that's one that you just want to leave there, and then it will just start to grow over time as you're AFKing and things.
Wow. I love the sound.
Oh, it's very musical. But actually, I'm going to put the torches on the ones that we can't... that we shouldn't mine. That probably makes more sense.
That's a good idea.
They will provide the light for us.
Whoa. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with any of this, but... How are we doing for time? Oh my goodness, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm just enjoying the adventuring, so I hadn't really paid attention to the time.
Yeah, the blocks on the outside are really easy to mine. Like, stupidly easy to mine.
Oh, I meant to ask for those. Do those replenish, or are they,
No, it's only the crystals that replenish, but the blocks that grow them, you just want to keep them there. But everything else, you mine and you take and you keep.
No, but the white blocks around, do they regenerate?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You take them and you keep.
Holy smokes.
It's amazing just how easily they break. I just assumed that they would be really difficult to. And these you can kind of really tear through. Oh god! Whoa! Oh!
Whoa! What happened?
I slipped.
Oh geez, okay.
I
right
slipped
there?
and fell down a hole that I did not know was there.
I take it by the tone of your voice. You're good.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just... It was the shock that got me more than the actual fall.
Yeah, fair enough. I like that these will replenish. I saw other people kind of get to them before, and I just felt bad that there was, it just felt like taking a natural resource that was never going to come back. I don't like the idea of that.
Yeah. The actual blocks themselves don't, but it's the crystals which are the important thing, because those are the ones you can use with stuff. These are the ones that are just decorative. And there's quite a lot of these.
Cool. All right.
And the thing is, as you clear these out, you're opening up more spaces on these blocks here.
Right.
So you end up with more crystals growing as a result.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
Because you may have one that's only got one side exposed, and suddenly you've got all 6 sides exposed.
Right.
So they can grow quite a lot.
Whoa. Hey Danny, I believe you can craft the crystal shards. Welcome on in, by the way. Good to see you. Put something back down there. Ooh, because I do not want to fall. What are those anyway? These super breakable things that are not the white ones.
That's smooth basalt.
Oh, okay. I do not need smooth basalt.
Oh.
So that is 10 o'clock by my watch. My watch's alarm going off. So that means I should probably call it a night. For that, I do believe I'm going to head back up. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is just... how much more of this do we have to grab? Well, we can just leave what's here. We can always come back.
Yep, I've made a note of the coordinates as well.
Cool. How much copper do you have?
47.
47? Okay, and I've got 64 and 2 stacks of 64, and then, I'm sorry. Surprise! Yeah, 2 stacks of 64, and then some more back in the inner chest, so I may have to come back. That's okay. But this is all I have time for right now. Cool. All right, let's head. Sorry?
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
right
going to say, I wonder if it's worth us... well, the next time you're here, well, there's a lot of things. The purple blocks, the obsidian. Make
yes.
portal.
True. Oh, true.
I wonder how much, like, how far away we are from everything.
I could do that right now. Test my portal making skills and either make my children more embarrassed of me or proud of me after the last abysmal attempt. Oh, there's a zombie right there. So where is this lava of which you speak?
Well, the big area that we were in before.
I thought we covered all of that.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of obsidian.
Oh, I was thinking it was just... Yeah, let me just see. Wait a second. Alright, Frostburn, forgive me if I, let's just throw that away.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Yeah, not a bad idea. So there. That was not the best placement for it, but not terrible. So then I can go basically like that. Let's just fill that in for now. Frostburn, Frostburn. I heard my name. I'm trying to make a portal, son. Trying to make a portal. Probably, very likely will not go well, but we're gonna give it a go anyway. Do. So let's do that and that. All right, is that right? Nope. Well, it's not entirely wrong, but it's not. I didn't pay attention to how it was going to pour. Almost right. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Almost right is better than last time. Before that it was, Dad, you're an embarrassment. An unintentional. Oops, wrong spot. Oh, come on. So I will need to take that out, which means also that, and I can place that in there. So I'm going to take that away now. I'm going to place it here. Still not ideal, but I can get it to work now. And I got rid of my water supply. Dope. Alright. I can't do it now that way, so I will have to mine a block.
Mm.
Actually, that's good because I put an extra one here by mistake. And I don't need... What? What do I not need? String. There we go. Do you happen to have any flint and steel? If not, that's cool. We can do...
I do up top.
Oh, we can't do... we don't have fire tick on, so I can't do...
Is there not gravel around
Killing
here?
the lava source. I don't know, I think I've got... I used to have gravel on me, but I do not now.
Yeah, I dumped a bit of it.
Alright folks, sorry this is taking a little bit longer, we just decided to, Sorry, water source. That's not a bad idea. Maybe we will consider that. Thank you, Lag. Oh, Lag, by the way, hey! Welcome on in. Sorry I didn't clue into the fact that you arrived. Man, where is this? Where's all this gravel I usually try to avoid? Copper, we'll take it.
Oh.
There you go.
There's...
Nice. And there's some flint. Did you want to grab that since you've got the steel? Oh, you got some as well.
Steel.
You got some as well.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Cool.
All right.
We're going to the Nether.
Yeah, you say that in a very excited way, and I feel like this is how we die. Like, like watchers end up in one of those big, giant basalt areas
Alistair?
of death, where it's just nothing but creepers. Do you want to do the honors, or should I?
If you want to light it, I'll walk through first if you prefer. Alright, let's get the bow ready.
How bad is it?
Not bad. That's funny, you came through right afterwards. I was going to come through so you didn't have to worry about it, but you just came through right afterwards anyway. That's alright.
I figured, what the hell.
Oh, do we have gold on? I've got gold on still. Although the boots are not looking too
I do
great.
not have gold on.
Cool, let's go back through.
No, we might find gold.
Oh, I have gold.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I have gold ore, so you'd have to mine it. And then... Did you want to do that? I only got 4 of them, but it's something.
I don't like that guy up there.
Yeah,
oh
me
god,
either.
that...
We can just go back through.
I'm going to take this quartz whilst we're here.
Whilst. Nicely done.
Where are we? We're in a crimson forest right now.
Actually, we're not terribly far from my, You mining gold as well?
No, just quartz. Oh yeah, we're not far from a lot of stuff. Oh, that's a fortress.
You found a fortress?
We're near the fortress.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know where your tree is.
Shouldn't be crazy far away. Once again, what do I not need? These 4 pieces of... These 3 irons, we'll just do that. Shall we just pillar ourselves up and see where we are?
Yep.
Even though I feel like there's a piglin just about, There's a piglin just waiting for us up there, so...
Ooh.
I honestly don't know where we are, but...
I think we're going the wrong way. Yeah, from the map, we don't want to go in that direction.
Or you get the map. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this song.
Fortress. No, I suppose we could, and then go up to where the fortress is.
Hoglin.
Oh. It's a long walk, though.
Alright, let's just go.
Yeah, it's a very long, dangerous walk without gold.
Fair enough. Alright, that was fun. We can check it out another time. So we'll just head back and maybe
Still one second.
Alright, we'll go up and at least go to the overworld.
I can get my
get a nap in.
chest back then as well.
Yes, that's always good to have.
Oh, hello.
Nice shooting!
I got his flesh.
Oh, that's the wrong way, that's a dead end.
That is a dead end. That is the dead end we saw before. Right you are, sir.
This is the way.
Just said I got his flesh. I didn't. My inventory's full.
Oh. Actually, let's do. Oh, here it is. There's a long tunnel. The long tunnel's whence we came. Did you just sleep? Oh,
nope,
no, okay.
Joel did.
Joel did.
Yeah, Frostburn's like, you're only like 600 blocks out. Yeah, but I'm not wearing gold.
Yeah. She knew that. That's the wrong way. Those torches.
Get the,
this is the way back up. But...
Oh, right, you're going that way. Right, yes. I don't know where that way is. Oh, here's this way.
Yep. This is right back home base, basically. Or our temporary home base.
The homeliest of bases. There we are.
Nice. Alright, well I think this is good for now. We might as well... Just because it is time for my stream anyway, so I'm going to just call it here and then I'll just come back in probably over the next couple days and then make my way back. So I can see from the map now how to get back to my island and transport back, so this is good. Yeah, 3 monuments, look at that. When you look at the map, they're really close together. It's crazy.
There you go. Gifts.
Oh, thank you very much. Wood be gone. What else do I not need? Cobblestone be gone. And oh, there's gotta be something else I can get rid of. Oh, a drip. Did you give me a dripstone?
I did give you a dripstone.
Thank you very much. I guess I don't really need. Actually, let me put stuff over here. Is that bow or those 3 rockets I don't need?
I'm guessing you're staying here.
I am, yeah. So I'm just gonna stay here. I have inventory and things to sort out. So, wait, you've got the boat, and I have another one. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, Alistair.
Always. Thank you for letting me tag along.
Yeah, no problem. And everyone else, thank you very much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun with adventuring with Alistair. So it's yeah, we've got some cool resources that I did not have before, and hopefully I've got enough to change all of the stairs on the Temple of Ascension over to copper, because that is what I would truly like to do. Yeah, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and currently planning on being back Thursday, but we shall see. If not, Sunday morning for sure. Oh, there's Alistair in the background. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you again, and have a good night. Bye!
Good stream.